It's a cloudy day too. So normally we'd have sun right now, but it's cloudy out. So how's your guys' week been? I've been really busy this week. Got the rest of the basement cleaned off. Got ready. I got to lay blocks up now, and that's hopefully what I'll start on first part of the week. I'll be doing cementing, and I hope to get some help to put the beams up, but we'll see what happens. It's hard to say for sure how it's going to go. Oh my. Sorry guys, I just got glare on my glasses. I couldn't see exactly like I'm wanting to. Yeah, it's seems like fall's coming early this year. I noticed the goldenrod's flowering already. Some of the maple trees' leaves are turning a bit, which is strange this early. Look out the window, we got a tree turning a little orange on it right now, which, well, the tree's dying. That's mighty early for turning leaves. At least here, it doesn't quite turn that early usually. Yeah, we can feel it here too. I can tell the weather is the coolness. It's in the air. And like I said, I have noticed that the plants seem to be maturing quickly compared to some years. I guess I'll come say hi.
Hi everyone. I can't be on the live chat. My phone croaked.
Yeah,
it won't charge no more.
Her phone quit charging. Yeah, it's interesting how the cycles of life. We get spring and lots of work, and summer lots of work, and fall. We have almost as much work through the whole summer, and fall we do. About the first time we first get a little break is when it really gets cold in the winter. And this year, hopefully I'll be able to have my wood closer to the house than I had last year.
And hopefully this year the house don't burn down.
Yeah, the wife said hopefully the house doesn't burn down. I hope it doesn't. That was really unhandy last winter. Yeah, I'm drinking some coffee tonight. Have any of you guys ever had a cow that you were milking and then came fresh while you were milking her? I've never experienced that. I'm not sure if I will or not, but I have a cow, and she appears to be, I thought she was just not bred, but it appears that she might possibly be, which means I might end up with a cow that's going to have a baby while she's being milked or not dried up. Some say, oh, she'll be fine. Maybe I'll just have a slower start, but I've always tried to drive my cows up before the babies were born. But her milk just continues to rise. She's been giving more milk every day, it seems like. Someone saying maybe it's a new grass, but I doubt it's just that, because it seems like her udder is swelling up. Yeah, the other cow, the twins are doing good. They seem to be growing quickly, and oh my eye. Sorry guys, I got something in my eye. Has anybody got any questions or anything they want to share? Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody wants to have a live chat with me, just let me know. I'm up to do some of them live chats if anybody wants to. Just got to find someone who wants to talk. We can just do a live chat where the people can listen to it. I enjoy that sometimes. Had tried it before, and it seemed like they weren't getting a lot of views, but I don't know. I don't usually get a whole lot of views as it is. seems like I'd say today is probably the coldest we've had in a long time. I'm getting worried about my wheat. It hasn't had it yet. I planted some wheat this spring, and I thought it was spring wheat because last year I weeded for the neighbors, and this piece of wheat came up and made nice heads. So I had saved some seeds. Well, I thought it was a spring wheat, so I planted this spring. And seems to be growing nicely, big bunches. The wheat looks all grassy, no heads. So now I'm not sure what's going to happen if if it doesn't head out in time before frost. Will it make it over the winter? I guess we'll see. Okay, so after cement work, what would be the next step on the house? Okay, so I gotta get the box in first. And then my next step is to get the main center beam. Get the center beam in. And put the sill plates down, and then the beams on top of that. So that'll be the next step. I'm hopefully next week I can do that. I just need to find somebody to help me get that center beam in, I think. Oh, I could probably do it, but it's going to be tough to get the main beam in. It's pretty heavy.
I'm not lifting.
My wife says she's not helping, so. Hey, Drake and Cara. Yeah, it's that beam should be the main issue I'll have is getting that beam in and then leveling it up to where I can get the beams. Why do I have? How do we in German we say the Balken? I suppose English is probably beams. I think I'm right. On the main beam, well, I was thinking I might just use some of the lumber they had used for the last house. I think the one side of the beam, it's a squared. It looks like a tamarack, but I'm not really sure, and I'm probably going to have to shore it up a bit. Now the other side, it looks like it's just pine. It wouldn't hurt to put a stronger one under there, maybe, but I think with the way I'm going to do it, I'm doing it pretty. I'll put a beam underneath the main beam every 10 feet, which is not. They didn't even have that good. So every 10 feet, I'll put an upright, either metal upright between the floor and the beam. Every 10 feet. So there'll be three. Let's see, 40 foot. Yeah, so I suppose I'll probably mostly just use pine or tamarack. I've got tamarack sill plates cut, and then my 2x8s are going to be white pine. I'm still debating on whether I put a wooden floor down or I cement it. I kind of want to cement it because that would give me a nice root cellar type environment. Well, I mean, it'd be pretty enclosed, tight, a little tighter than wood. And if the house ever did burn down again, if I had 3 inches of cement on the floor between the beams and the upstairs, it would be a fire break, so that all my food in the basement would still be good. Plus, I hope that would probably possibly serve as a fallout shelter if I needed it. Earthquake shelter, I don't know, cement can be a little tricky, but if I do 3 inches of cement on top of I had a neighbor who used to work in the ironworks, and he said if you take the beams of the house and you put a thin layer of metal or something on top, corrugated metal, and then lay cement on top of that with some wire in it, it makes a really strong floor. He said that's how they used to do the parking garages down in some of the big cities he worked in the old days. And I'll have beams. My beams are every 16 inches, 2x8s. So the last house, they didn't do too good on the beams. They had some 2x6, 7s notched down to 4 inches in some places, and some of them were broken, and they were every 3 feet. And I had noticed that the floor was a little bit sagging in a couple of places, and the main beams they had in there, some of them started dry rot, like I said. I do not know. It looks to me like the main old part of the house was built separate from the other part. And then the bathroom was added on later, had a drop floor for some reason. Bruce said it used to be a pantry. And that was only held up by a small beam, not a very large one. I was quite surprised the floor supports were not very good on that house, which it looks like it was pieced together. But now hopefully we'll have a good solid floor. I'm still having an issue in my mind about how I'm going to do the stairway. The reason I'm moving the beam is because the beam was off, sir. It was like a 10-foot. I'm going to put on 8. Wait, I say that wrong. I'm going to put on 9. And it was like almost a little over 10 foot. And so the stairs would have come down, and you really hit your head on that beam coming down. So I had to move it over. Their stairs, the way they built the stairs, it was the stairs come in and you went down and you went over. So it was kind of took up a lot of space. Those type of stairs take a lot of space, and I want to make it so that when I have the stairway, I can shut it or close the door down. That it's solid, that it can be shut well. And with the stairway we had before, it was hard to do that. Even with the door, it was hard to shut. I had put some oak doors in on the house with some beams, and the fire department tried to break through the one door. They couldn't get through it. The door held up pretty good to the fire department. They ended up taking the frame of the door out to get through the door, which tells you how solid that door was. They could not break the door. And it was halfway burned by the time they got through it. I might go for a little walk outside. Here's some kids. The kids are making a little noise. See how they're doing. Whoa. Sorry for the blurry picture, guys. It's getting a little dark in here. Hey, Madeline. I'm coming. How are you? All right. Let's go see how everybody's doing outside. Yeah, it's cloudy tonight, so you can't see the sun. I don't know if you can see the leaves on that tree. They're turning orange a bit. Here's some dead ones on there too. I'm not sure those are that might be bug damage too. Well, the potatoes are still growing. The house started dying back, and I suppose it's going to be kind of embarrassing. Hi, David. You want to say hi?
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, we had a pretty good rain. It was raining yesterday quite a bit. And it rained a little today, not a whole lot, but somebody's been playing in the potato patch. I think it was probably a combination between the animals and the kids playing in there. I'll take you over and show you the house, how it's looking. Sorry, I keep forgetting about my cameras. The lighting gets... Yeah, it's time to harvest garlic. I'll probably harvest garlic this week. I harvested the soft necks. I had one row of soft neck in this patch. I've got all the hard necks need to be harvested. It looks like it's pretty much all getting ready. Probably be thinking, yep. Come on, oh, the Dexter, he's all right. Yes, I'll probably do garlic next week too. Okay. So we got the blocks here. To lay them up here. I'll probably take these stairs out. I'll make the stairs coming in other side of that chimney, coming down from the outside, and an entryway there into the kitchen. The kitchen will be here. I'll have a guest room over here. Well, maybe a guest room here and a pantry over there. I think I'll probably put the pantry on that end, the guest room here, and then I'll put the, I'm not trying to decide if I put the bedroom here or over there. Okay, so that beam is laying across the house there. I'm going to use that beam for here. I've got that beam laying down there and a part of it here. I'll probably repurpose that. This pine's nailed together. I'm gonna go shut the chickens real quick. They should all be in bed by now. They go to bed pretty early, it seems like. Yes, I've been working on the addition. Keep the snow off this entryway. I want to put some windows in this shop to make it a little brighter, but yeah, this should make a real nice enclosed entryway here. Tie the buildings together. Boy, it's dark up here. Oh my. I didn't realize I don't have a camera on here either. No, you can't see well up here. It's just too dark. I was hoping to show you all my leaves hanging, but it's too dark to see them. They're here. I just can't show you. Too dark. Get out of this dark place up here. Doesn't seem that dark, but the phone sure looks dark. Yeah, I'll put windows in here, but I put some bars on so the kids don't try to jump out. I'll keep them falling out the windows. All right, you move out of the wall. Så växer jag kommer kan. Oh, it's a bra. Yeah, tape measure broke. One of those things broke on us. Oh, us. Oh. Want to say hi? All right, come on, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, we got the big pines in this place, Pete. A lot of red pines here. We don't have I don't think we have a single white pine on the place or tamarack. What are you whining about? Hmm? Give some here, please. Hey, David. Oh, so Johnny's so bang, you banger? The Hackney pony. Well, I haven't seen a hemlock, Pete. You got tamarack. Anna, stop whining. But up our place doesn't have any tamarack, but some places do. And I can't hold you. David, get me my coffee, please. All right, come on, Anna. I'm going to give this hoss. Anna. Because they're whining in the live stream. She wants me to carry her, but it's a little hard to carry the phone and her at the same time. So the apples should, a few of them are getting ready pretty soon, I think. Still got about let's see. We cut the tobacco here, cut those 2 rows, and I got about that much more to cut yet. Beets are looking really good. Yeah. You're cold. Give us hoss. Come on. Yeah, this is cold tonight, Anna. Yep, the apples are going to be ready soon. Hopefully, about a month from now, we'll be making applesauce. I think we're gonna have lots of beets to can this year. What are you whining about, huh? All right. Yeah, we have I'll probably pick green beans next week. So we'll have green beans to can and possibly some sweet corn, but I'm not sure how fast it'll be ready. I know the beans will be ready. All right, I'm gonna gear. Okay. Let's call it. Well, this way, our days are getting short already. So.
Did I?
Hmm?
Did
I said no kanu hogo shave all shake it.
This ain't what outie. This ain't what can outie.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Okay.
I'm not seeing it.
Gosh, that's Santa.
I'm not seeing
Well, everybody wants to be in the live stream. Don't join my band's video, okay? Well, we can't all fit very well in the live stream. So how are your guys' gardens doing? There you go. Let's see. I feel like it looks like everything's doing well, seems like. I noticed a few aphids here and there starting things. But mix up some soap water to kill the aphids. I noticed the aphids on the tobacco plants. And here and there on the weeds, I even saw some. I think it's the wet one. Haven't been some of the reds and the peas and squash haven't done well. Yeah, our squash is coming really slow this year. We've got little squash, but you've got still dirt in your hair, huh? Well, a lot of our plants are flowering with small squash, but we're not getting a good crop of squash, it looks like. It's been too cool. All right, John, David, come on. Yeah.
You want this baby out?
Go through it, Mom, okay?
Correct.
Yeah, it's been slightly cooler and wet. Cabbage, broccoli, kale tomorrow. Yeah, our kale's doing real good. Cabbage is heading out. I've late cabbage mostly. It won't be ready till fall for storage, but I didn't plant the early cabbage. For some reason, for the third or fourth year, I think it's the fourth year in a row, beautiful Brussels sprout plants with no Brussels sprouts on them. I'm not sure why. I don't know why we don't get Brussels sprouts. We have plants that are 2.5 foot high, and very little no Brussels sprouts. So I even tried a new variety this year. So last year I planted the variety I planted 3 years in a row, and every year the little Brussels sprouts, we get just little tiny Brussels sprouts. Thank you. They never got big, so. Hey, Muti, how you doing? Yeah, it's kind of makes me wonder why the Brussels sprouts don't do good. You'd think they would do good in this cooler weather. I mean, the plants look good, but the no sprouts. And what are Brussels sprouts about Brussels sprouts, right? Bob Conk, first red tomatoes yesterday. Yeah, we still got raspberries on. They aren't done yet here. Plumbing and forming the cement for God. Good day for digging. Time for cement. Yeah, hopefully I helped want to take off the boards on a barn one of the neighbors was building last week. Our tomatoes are looking good. Got lots of green tomatoes. I don't think we've had red ones yet, have we? No red tomatoes yet, but they're in the greenhouse, so hopefully we will be able to harvest red tomatoes before frost. I had seen some of the tomatoes that were, pretty good size, but they're still green. Peppers are doing good. Jalapenos are hanging pretty heavy. Not ripe yet, though. I believe if the weeds are any indication, we're heading for an early fall, early winter, because the weeds are flowering earlier than usual. And what for sure the hey. Trying to think of the name of the plant, and my mind just went blank. I hate it when it does that. Goldenrod. Our goldenrod's flowering, fully flowering. It usually doesn't flower this early. But I'm wondering if the cool weather, this might be what's pushing it to flower earlier. I mean, we had today's our coolest day we've had so far, but I still overall cooler wet weather the last while. Miss, will you please stop fussing with them, please? Okay? You need to stop fussing. I'm trying to be a live stream, okay? Johnny, come here. It's all right, guys. So, Bob, are you building your new cabin? Foam floor. You putting foam down then cement, or you're doing for insulation, I suppose? Oh, we got a whiny baby. We got a whiny baby. What is with you? Look how you look when you're whiny, huh? Oh, you don't want to be looking in the phone? Oh, okay. What's the plan? Probably has to go digital. I don't know. That's why I've been debating about that. I don't know if I'll get somebody else to pay them for me, because I have an LLC, so anybody can pay them. 30 by 54 post frame foam, then cement floor. Okay, so you're doing foam, then cement. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that on property taxes. That's a little bit of a problem there. I suppose if this is the last days, I think it's 3.5 years, approximately 3.5 years that the B system comes into play at Antichrist. We can't buy or sell without the mark, which I don't suspect comes in right away now, but that's my opinion. When it does, usually you get about 3 years to pay, not to pay your property taxes before you lose your farm. So we'll just hope the economy. There's only you. Please stop whining, Johnny. Yeah, so our taxes go up pretty much every year. Ever since we've been here, we get a letter saying our taxes have been raised. You gotta stop that. Come on. They seem to always go up every year. Every time I do something, taxes go up. Means we here we have about half our taxes go to schools, and the other half go to the county and state. I kind of wish they would do like in Belize, where 25 acres is freehold. Any farmer had 25 acres that was tax-free. But I don't know if I can convince enough neighbors, enough people to get together and change that. It'd be tough to change at this point, because the way that things work, once they have something in a system, they don't like to change it. It would take quite a bit of effort and numbers to get that changed. That's what's in my house. Okay. Cool. Yep. Mama cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's we'll see about the basement. If I maybe by next week's live stream, I'll have that basement in. Hopefully. But we'll see. Usually I don't plan that far ahead. I mean, I have this thing that I want to do, but I don't usually spend a whole lot of time planning. Oh, what I'm going to do next week.
I'll plan for you.
I think the oat heads are the oats are getting in pretty good. Hey Nathan, how you doing? How's Missouri? I suppose you're still there. Yeah, about right now. Sometimes I miss Belize with the long growing season, but then when it gets hot, I always remember how hot it was, and I think, I don't miss the heat. Hey, miss, could you move a lamp over here by the thing, please? Yeah, I don't miss the heat from Central America. A lamp right here, please. What? What was this? Oh. Yeah, my wife's going to turn the lamp on.
Look out, dead flies.
Why are you doing that right now? I don't want to be anywhere in the minority. I mean, I'm in the minority if it gets ugly. Deep lantern? No, we have it's just a little kerosene lamp. I'm not quite sure what you'd call it, actually. Well, the Amish gave it to us. Well, one thing, Moochie, in times of upheaval, it's nice to have a community. Miss, you need to stop, please. Okay, so there we go. It's a little bright now. It's nice to have a community, but in some ways, if you're somewhere where there's less people, you stand a better chance of actually surviving, I think. Too many people around and food gets scarce, and they're going to come for your food. And unless you can keep people away from eating your food or hide it somewhere, you're going to have a hard time staying alive. Too close to a big city, then you get overrun by yes, you're going to get overrun by raiders. I mean, I know in America we haven't experienced a lot of that, but it's happened in other countries. They've just been hard times. Yes, ethnic minority. It's I think in hard times. In my way I look at it is when we haven't been through any real hard times in America. What is with you guys? Oh. I mean, people say times are hard, but compared to how it has been through history, I think we've had it really easy compared to as it was back in history. We have lots of resources, plenty of food, it seems like, for most people. But when food gets low and we run out of food is when we'll see hard trouble coming. That's why it's really important we try to learn to grow and store our own food. It's healthier, and I think it's a good idea. I wish I could.
Right. And for those of you in more populated areas, invest in quieter livestock like rabbits and quail. Oh, if anybody needs baby rabbits, we got baby rabbits for sale. We don't have quail though.
Seems like everybody wants to be here tonight. It's too cold. They don't want to be outside. Where's that shoe, Olga? It's too full of heaven. Yeah, I really wish for a community. It'd be nice to have about 4, 5, 6 families, or maybe even just 2 families. Be better than none. You know, 2 guys can do a lot more helping each other as one person by themselves. And again, that's you, Olga. Okay? You guys need to be, please don't whiny, okay? You can't all sit in the same place. You can't all sit in the same place. Go hold the field, Daddy. Come here. Do it. It excuse she put down in the too. All right. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. The kids, they're all scrambling, trying to get on the spot. Watch it. My wife's making some tortillas for them to eat, snack on while they were sitting here. Well, I decided a long time ago that living in Belize would be a bad idea for someone who was of European descent. Yeah, my wife, she made it. She made these like tortillas. Dropped one for the kids to eat.
It's more of an experiment. I didn't follow a recipe. I just scooped some flour in a bowl, dashed in some salt, and added milk and water, and just made it a real running batter. And then I'm just frying. Oh, and a little tiny pinch of baking powder.
Yeah, There is no recipe for tortillas, but I remember we used to make them in Belize. Hey, Nathan did pretty good with them tortillas.
That's a big
I would just take flour, salt, and water. Be a tiny bit of baking soda there, but I grew up in Belize, so I like it. I might not be the best place to sow the rest. There's a lot of pros too. Yeah, it's true. I was there for 10 years in Belize, so I kind of like it in some ways, but I think overall I pick the north. I prefer winter over heat. Kind of gives you a break, and I can work better in the cool weather. When it's too hot, I have a hard. I get too hot. Yeah, Belize wouldn't be a good place if things got rough, because it's already bad as it is. And if the police weren't able to keep things in check, then there'd be some troubles. I mean, it could be that way anywhere. I don't know that there's anywhere you can actually say is totally free from that kind of thing. Found gold in Belize. Yeah, there's gold in Belize. Up in the Mountain Pine Ridge, there was a big gold mine. I don't know if we have gold here too. They say in Superior, just over the border in Canada. There's some gold mines, and they say if you go up in Superior and pan in the sand and the black sand, you can find gold. Never done it yet. I got me some pans, but yeah, I found my gold pans. I got some gold pans, just never got gold pans. So if anybody comes to visit, wants to go gold pan, I'll go with you. $200. Yeah, but gold is hard to find, it seems like. But when you find it, it's a little more valuable than some other things you can find. Let's say overall, my grandmother, when I was a boy, she had a gold mine claim down in Arizona. Never used it, but she had it. There's been a lot of people gone broke over looking for gold. Some people strike it rich, but the majority of them don't. I think it's better just to keep farming. At least when you farm, you have something to eat, maybe. It's pretty hard to eat gold, but not saying I wouldn't like to have some gold, but I just can't afford it. I actually don't think I have a single piece of gold. I may have some fake gold. I don't know if it's real or not. I was traveling one day, and a guy come up to me. He said he needed some money. And I said, well, I don't know what he needed for. He said, well, he needs some gas. They're traveling and needs some gas for their trip. And I said, well, I can give him some money, but he had some gold. Hey, where's Johnny's piece? Sorry, guys. He had some gold. He had a gold necklace, he said. I said, well, I don't need it. He said, well, I'll give it to you anyhow. It'll be in exchange for money I gave him. So I guess I would have that supposed gold necklace. Yeah, I hate money too. But yeah, you can always use more, but I know that feeling. You don't make much money here, but I would try to do it without making too much money. You can live pretty cheap if you grow your own food and live frugally or off grid. Don't have to pay bills. Yeah, the biggest expense we have is feed. I buy feed for the chickens, rabbits, and the cow. I give her feed. But next year, I'm really going to try to grow my own feed, and I want to try to do beets, mangos, and sugar beets for the cow. I think I can raise beets for the cow, and I won't have to feed her grain. And they seem to grow quite a bit per acre. So if I plant a patch of beets, now you stop moving around, please. Boy, she don't hold still in 3 seconds. What are you guys? You're moving all over the place. Now, this year I was able to save quite a bit of money. I'd like to learn that. We'd like to grow as much as possible. Yeah, we produce most of our own food. We buy rice, oats, and flour.
Boner.
Planted beef to draw the deer for hunting.
Boner.
Yeah, we grow pretty much all our other stuff.
That boner.
Oh yeah, and David reminded me we have bought beans before, so yeah, we bought beans.
Ow!
We don't have a lot of deer here,
Nope.
which I'm actually glad we don't, because they'd be out in the garden if we did. I know we wouldn't have deer. Yeah, the raven quit stealing eggs the last couple weeks. I haven't seen it. Hopefully that thing won't come back and steal more eggs again, because the chickens will slow down laying. Seems like the chickens go in cycles. Towards fall they slow down, and winter they almost stop, and then in spring they start back up again. But we don't have light in the coop, so whenever the days get short, chickens slow down and they're laying. And our chickens are mostly pretty old. But we have some young ones coming this year. We got 5 young ones coming, I think. Get drowned. Yeah. One of our chicks drowned in the water truck. Water bowl. Don't know why. I put a stick in there to make sure they can climb out. Will you stop moving around? Boy, you're moving all over the place.
Ow!
Hey, stop. Yeah, if anybody wants to get baby rabbits, we got plenty of baby rabbits. Let me divide it up. Got plenty of baby rabbits. We got lots of free cats. And
But no hang.
we will have baby pigs soon.
What?
The pigs aren't weaned yet, but they're growing fast. So
On the cats, he watched a show once. They were starving. They had rats. He said, meat. I think I'd eat a cat before a rat. Just saying.
okay. Well, she's implying that if we need some food, we've got lots of cats to eat. But before I eat the cats, we've got pigs.
And rabbits.
Oh, and rabbits too.
And old chickens.
Yeah, I wish we had more people close to us that were off-grid type people, or people wanting to live the old ways. Seems like there's not a lot of people left in this area. They're traditional.
Nope.
At least not many that have the phone. I suppose the Amish are about the closest ones. They don't have phones, so they wouldn't be on the live stream.
No.
I don't know if Eli's here. Eli's mom, she passed away in New York, and they got to the funeral up in upstate New York somewhere. Eli's the one who helped us make hay last week. So his mom died. Well, which day was it? Was it Monday? Was it Sunday or Monday? Thursday? Are you sure? All right, so maybe the funeral's already happened. Seems like, yeah, it seems like it was a few days.
An elevator.
What's that?
Elevator tractor boy. Elevator tractor.
4 on year 4. Well, you should come visit, Bob. We like to get visitors most of the time. We're home most of the time, at least. If I'm not home, my wife is usually here. Yeah, usually one of us is here. But very, very rarely do we go out all of us at once. Hey, you guys, you need to really hold still. You guys get really... Do I ever go fishing? No, I'm not much of a fisher. There's a lot of fish up here. My wife likes to fish, but I prefer just to take a pig and butcher it and get a whole lot more meat from that than I can from the fish. Well, I know you can get good fish, but you got to deal with licenses and all that. And I don't like to mess with all the licenses and stuff. I think if someone probably would offer to let me fish somewhere, I'd probably do it. But here there are fish as big as you are, Lake Superior. Oh yeah, there's big fish in Lake Superior. Lots of fish in Superior, but if you're not native, you got to have a license, and there's a limit. I don't think we can fish certain times of the year. There's certain fish you can't take. You know. Isn't that something we got to have a license to exist? Yeah, it's sad, Moot T. I really wish we didn't have to. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm not against fishing without license. It's just I don't want to get in trouble with the DNR. All right, you guys are getting way too wild. Hey, babies. All the babies got to go down. They're moving around so much. There. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of sad we can't go fishing. I mean, we got the lakes all around us. We got Michigan, Huron, Superior, all within short distance from us. But if we were fishing in them, we'd get in trouble. But if there was ever a time we needed food and we had to fish, I would say I would. Yeah, it's Oh, are you coming up here now? Say hi, Johnny. Yeah, I never deer hunted. I don't mind. I like to butcher, and this fall we're going to butcher again. So we'll have. I'll probably butcher at least 2 of the pigs, the big pigs, and possibly something else too. So we'll have. Right now we've still got lots of meat cans, so we're not really out. But I want to wait till it cools down to butcher, then we'll do that when it's cool. You're born on this land, Native American. Well, we are native to this land, you know. You know, the funny thing is, I was studying DNA, and there's 3 different groups of Indians, like different, from different lines. You got the Northwest Indians. They're more like the Mongolians, and they came over like from the north, from say China or Russia or whatever. Then there's the Central American Indians that came over from Southeast Asia, and then there's the Northwest Indians. According to the DNA, and I may be wrong on this, but it looks like to me like they a lot of their family lines are actually European. I think 60% of the tribe up here, the Ojibwe, are R1B, which is the most common haplogroup in Europe. Now, to whether say they descend from Europeans, from immigrants after Columbus or before that, I don't know, but it would appear that a whole lot of them are descendant of European men. And then there was it was the Vikings. I was looking at the women's haplogroups in this area. There's you're familiar with the mitochondrial DNA. There's a haplogroup, or a group X, and that group X is present in the tribes up here in the women to a percentage. I can't forget how many percentage it was, but the same X haplogroup is also present in Scandinavia, Hebrides, Shetland, Orkney, and parts of Europe, which means there was also women from Europe coming over here before Columbus. Not sure how long before, but it could be quite a ways back, because if you look at the R1B group, it appears to me that they're from a upstream branch from like what I am. I mean, I'm R1B U106L48, which is the North Sea family. I descend from a Danish. Oh, let's see, my great grandfather was from Denmark, Longelang, so a bit of Dane. We were from the. Looks like we descend from the old stock before the Danes actually were there, but fell under the Danish rule. Probably the Herli, Proto-German Herli. Take care, Pete. But I would be of the same family as like Eric the Red. Yeah, I actually think the Indians are closely related to Europeans, as people realize. A lot of Indians, even if you go back into the main haplogroup of Indians, is Q, and you find that group in small percentages all through Europe, which makes you wonder. And they didn't come from Indians, I know that. They're probably coming from Armenia, and then they split. And when the Asian branch went west and the Europeans went east, oh, sorry, I said that wrong. When the Europeans went west and the Asians went east, the Q families moved east and ended up in America. So, and the Q families are closely related to haplogroup R. So yeah, the Indians and the Europeans are closer related to each other than, we'll say, Middle Eastern or African in DNA wise. Yeah, I thought it was interesting how that plays out. Except I haven't been able to verify. I know some people say it was Togomora, but I always said my family was Togomora. I guess we'll have to find out. We'll search a little deeper on that one. I know the Goths, the Gothic tribes. They were from Ashkenaz. And that's quite easy in history to see. Ashkenazi was the father of the Gothic tribes. A lot of the Germans, Saxons, went into England, and the Angles. They were part of the Proto-German tribes, from like same as a lot of the Dani were. And well, I come more from that family. Reddish hair, short, more stocky. You got the Goths, they're blonde, tall. Ouch. Easy. Well, has anybody got any questions before I go, Mom? Anybody's got any questions or all No, Moot T, if you ever want to talk about DNA, I like this. I like the study of DNA and history. I've been studying it for years. I have some stuff. I'm still stuck on a few branches I haven't been able to place into actual family lines, but for the most part, I've been able to trace it down where they originated by old records. Yeah, I always tell people it's nice. It's nice to look at history and consider that everything that has been could well be again. And we realize how easy our lives have been in the last 100 years compared to the previous 2,000. And how a lot of us have become so used to using all these tools and implements and machinery that we use. Well, a lot of us got away from the land and from self-sufficiency. But I think it would be good for all of us to try to come back to the old ways, live off the land, more in harmony with the land, with what God intended. The megaliths. Yeah, I studied that too. I've been over to Europe twice, and I particularly went and studied those, the standing stones. And a lot of the ones in Europe, according to what I saw, are timepieces. They're set up in with a center pole, and then there were the stones. And as the shadow from the sun would shine, it would tell the time and also the seasons based off the sun. I think the most of them that I checked were oriented east, north, south, east, west, almost perfectly, where the stones were more on from the east across the south, the west side, which means they were using it as a timepiece, basically like a sundial. And every one of them had a spot for a pole, where there was one type of pole in there. So I come to the conclusion that most of the megaliths were timepieces or to tell the date, so equinoxes and solstices, etc. I looked at about, I think it was close to 20 different sites through Denmark, Scotland, England. I saw a few in Ireland. They're pretty much scattered all through the North Sea, any of the old islands, small islands that have, almost every island had stuff. I don't know exactly what the Stonehenge one. It doesn't appear to be the same as the others. I think it's been messed with. Any time messes with something, it kind of messes with because they changed that one a bit. But some of the old ones have never been changed. They're still not like they were left. It's interesting how the sun always stays constant every year. Good night, Nathan. Well, you guys all take care. I'll probably sign off. It's starting to get a little dark here. Thanks for all coming on. And if you guys want to talk, just my phone number is on the description of the about section of the channel, so you can call me if you want to talk. Well, you guys all have a good night.